There, everyone. How are you doing today? So I wanted to do a second live stream about Invitation Homes. If you don't know who Invitation Homes, we really should. They are the largest landlord by unit count of single family homes. They were obviously on a massive acquisition binge during the last crash. They've accumulated, get this, 80,000 single family homes. And again, they are the largest landlord of single family homes in the United States. The reason I wanted to talk about this in a separate live stream is because, based on some of the information I have read, I think they are giving a signal that other landlords should pay attention to. So first, let's just go through a bunch of the numbers. The numbers look great. Frankly, they look fantastic. And yet, you will see when we get through the numbers that they are yet preparing for something, and I think we should all pay attention. So again, first off, April and May collections are above 95% just raw numbers, and they are actually exceeding rent collections from last year. That's pretty amazing. And again, we're talking about a pool of 80,000 single family homes across the United States. So they have houses in good markets and bad markets, and yet their rent collections for April and May are exceeding expectations. Their revenue growth is 450 million in the last, or their revenue in the last quarter is $450 million. That is up 3.3% year on year. Again, really good numbers. More importantly, they are tracking NOI, net operating income. They have turned the raw numbers of single family homes into a commercial asset. So when the NOI goes up, the value of the portfolio goes up, just like commercial. Their NOI is up 140%. So that's more than double, right? If their NOI was $1, it's now up over $2. And in this case, that would be what, $2.40, I guess? Yeah, so pretty amazing. So if we're making an NOI of $1, it's now making an NOI of $2.40. Again, don't know what the NOI is, but again, to see that it's up is pretty amazing. They call it same store sales, which I thought was really interesting. For them, it's not a store, it's a house. It is up 4%, which makes total sense, right? Rent or lease, as they would call it, is up as well. Occupancy is 96.7%. So if there was ever any interest in single family homes, there you go, 96.7% for 80,000 homes. That's amazing. Again, I believe, and I've said many times recently on this channel, I think the single family home is going to be the best asset for the next 10 years. And I think it's because people are going to leave apartments and get houses because everybody remembers the last crisis. And in this last crisis, space is good, right? Backyard, front yard, porch, whatever. And then finally, rent growth. This is for Q1. Rent growth was still 4.3%. It'll be interesting to see what happens there, but that is very interesting. So again, all of these good numbers, frankly, outstanding numbers. But here's the thing we landlords need to pay attention to. Invitation Homes has $1 billion in cash or cash equivalents, meaning they can get it to cash pretty quick. But they have gone ahead and tapped their equity lines. They've drawn down their equity lines and put that as increased reserves. That's meaningful. That means they're preparing for something. Now, again, you can look at that as, hey, they're just raising cash. Again, they already had $1 billion. Maybe they're going to go on another acquisition spree. I doubt it. That's not how they would do it, I don't think. I think what they're preparing for is a darker clouds at the end of the year. The reason you would draw on your equity lines and actually put the cash in your bank is because you're afraid they might get pulled. If you don't think they're going to get pulled, you wouldn't do that. Because they're paying, I don't know, 4%, 3.5%. They're hurting their bottom line. because they're only going to earn, what is it, 1% in a cash account, and they're going to pay 4%. So Invitation Homes is losing money by doing this, but they're gaining security. So I get asked all the time, should I tap equity lines? Should I do this? Should I do that? I generally don't recommend tapping equity lines in your primary house. I believe that is too important, too risky. But if you have equity lines on other assets, like apartments or houses, I don't know. Invitation Homes is clearly saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that risk. And again, you could pay it off quickly, right? If the dark clouds disappear and there's blue sky, they can go ahead and do that, pay it back pretty quickly. So it is, it's something, it's interesting to watch. And I'm going to be watching Invitation Homes again, 80,000 single family homes. I'm going to be watching to see if they sell some, because again, the supply of homes on the market is pretty low. So they can get maximum prices, right? Are they going to raise cash that way? Are they going to buy? Are they going to try to go to 100,000 homes? It's just someone to pay attention to, because again, we are in renter nation. I think the single family home is going to become the asset of choice for the next decade. So in the end, I thought this was an interesting article and I wanted to share it with you. If you find any more articles about Invitation Homes, make sure you send it to me. I would greatly appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bye.